So you think you in love with me, but I'm not the girl of your dreams. Cause I've been rocking and dodging the beat of love. Baby, I'm not the one for you. I'm not letting you on cause you know my truth. But I know just what to do for you. Cause when that Jones come down, hey, na 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 na, hey, ooh, na 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 na. When that Jones come down, hey, nothing you can do about it, hey, ooh, na na na, na 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 na.
Good evening and welcome to My Sister Circle. Good evening, everybody. How are you guys? Oh, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Hi, beautiful. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing, sis?
I'm good. You look so amazing, but you always do.
Thank you. Thank you. So do
You
you. I
are
love that.
welcome. Thank you. So, how was your week? You can
It
give me
has
your
been a
week in
very
the present time. You can give me your week in the present time.
week in present time. I am getting back to work after a little health struggle, but feeling good.
hmm
And it's been a busy, busy week, but a good week. Thank God. The week is
It just
flying by, which is so crazy to me.
I totally agree, but you know what? I always say that Thanksgiving week flies by. Up
Hmm.
until up until Thanksgiving flies by. So getting to Thanksgiving is so it's like go fast. But Christmas
Yep.
is like the slowest. It takes forever. You know why? Because I think
Yeah.
because we spending all our money on people
Yeah.
that it just takes forever to come, and you just be like,
It's
I'm ready for
a
it to be
slow
over.
torture.
And it's just slow torture. I would have to agree. It's slow torture for those that celebrate Christmas and that buys gifts and
Hmm.
things like that. I mean, it's a joyous occasion, but it's like
Yeah.
it drags out, and I'm just like over it some days. But
Yeah.
I thank God because my kids are older to where they are liking to go on vacation for Christmas versus the whole Christmas
Mm.
gifts and things like that. So honestly, it is much more beautiful to me. It's
Yeah.
memorable and also it's nice to be able to provide that kind of experience for your children during Christmas time.
Hmm. I cannot
So
wait until the boys get past the point of wanting toys and stuff. I actually think that we're going to try something a little different this Christmas. We definitely are for Thanksgiving. So we are going
mhm.
to try something different for Christmas this year. And I think we're going to take a little trip because mommy doesn't want to fight over toys at Walmart or Target. I don't want
I
to do it.
understand.
No.
And all the toys that you order online, you would have to start literally ordering them probably like before Thanksgiving to even get them for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not going to
So
put myself
guys,
through that struggle.
as you can see, we are recording from home. This is a amazing show that we're going to get ready to do. We are getting ready to step into Christmas and step into the new year of 2022. So we're excited that we're closing out the new year. I mean, out the old year, going into a new year.
Hmm.
So, guys, what I want you to do is like, share, and invite people onto this amazing show. Nia's not with us here today, but we love her. Nia has class on Wednesdays. So this show is pre-recorded on Wednesday. Like we started pre-recording this show on Wednesday for you guys because guess what, guys? Our lovely producer and network owner is him and his family. I'm excited about this because him and his family
Hmm.
are taking some time for some self care for the month of December. So all of the network hosts are pre-recording their shows, and you know this couldn't be a better time for him and his family to take some time off. I always say
Absolutely.
Charlie works his butt off. Charlie works
Hmm.
hard. He works his butt off. So
Hmm.
it's amazing. I mean, to understand what Charlie does, Charlie is he's a solo act. You know, I call him the solo act. He's the solo act producer in the studio
Hmm.
by himself. So he records all of these things by himself. So every show you guys see on the One TV network, it is like him by himself. So I'm glad that him and his family, and also his wife is pregnant. They're having a little girl.
Yay.
So, to be able to have some time off for the month of December is amazing. So none of us hosts put up a fight when it came to doing pre-recording and things like that. It's busy, but it's always good to be able to record at home in the comfort of your home. So it's amazing how
Hmm.
technology works. So I love that about how technology allows you to do certain things. You see, oh, it's in her home, I'm in my home,
Yeah.
and we still can get my sister circle out to everybody. So I love that. I love it.
Thank God for technology.
Right? Okay. So we seriously, I mean, you guys,
Yeah.
you don't know if I have on pajama pants under here, shorts. I mean, you just don't know because we're on technology. All I have to do is make sure that I'm presentable at the top half. That's it.
Yeah. That's all that
And it
matters,
was
honey. I
easy.
have
It
on
was
long
easy
I got
breezy
on long
work.
johns right now.
You see? Okay. Listen, we're joking, but we're serious, okay?
Serious.
Serious. So guys, I want us to make sure that we get into our segment of Sister of the Week. Every week on Thursday since January 14th, we have done Sister of the Week. We did our first show January 14th. And so
I know.
every Thursday since January 14th, we have chosen a Sister of the Week. I'm not sure how many shows that is technically because we've taken some time off. So I think we're like maybe 35 shows in, something like that. So we've chosen
Wow.
35 sisters, Sister of the Weeks. 35 sisters we have chosen to highlight for the for the year of 2021. How incredible is that?
That's insane. I love it.
It is. It is. I love it as well. So O came up with an amazing idea for the month of December. Tell them what you came up with for the month of December for our Sisters of the Week.
Well, I know we typically try to pick people that we are not related to, but the month of December to me, is all about showing love. I think you should every year, but specifically in the month of December, showing love to your loved ones and people that are near and dear to you. So I thought, why don't we start highlighting our family members? I know we try to steer away from that and try to pick people that we're not connected to or not family. But I think it's okay. And I think we owe it to some of our family members who really support us to just highlight them and say thank you for the month of December.
I totally agree. And it's amazing because when you text me that earlier that day, I said, Jasmine, talking to my 9-year-old, I said, we need to
Yeah.
I need help. So we need some December nominees for Sister of the Week.
Hmm.
And the first person she chose was my aunt. And
Yes.
I said, this was earlier today before you text me the question. And I said,
Okay.
Jasmine, listen, I said, so here's how we try to do things. We try to stay away from family, things like that. And then, guys,
Hmm.
I kid you not, O sent me a message and said, so I know typically we don't choose family, but can I choose a family member this time? And I'm like, capitals, yes, yes. Because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe the same day that Jasmine says this and me and her have this conversation, you come texting me that. So I'm like, absolutely. That is a great idea. Oh, so,
Confirmation. Thank you,
oh,
Jesus.
right. Thank you, Jesus. So go ahead, Owen, and introduce our beautiful Sister of the Week who, listen, I'm just going to shout her out because I'm not going to say her name, but the fact that I knew as soon as you put her name in there, I'm like, oh, Auntie so-and-so, because she's always on there
Yeah.
supporting us. I'm saying even after the show, she always makes sure she tunes in, hits the replay, and comments every single time
Hmm.
and tells you how proud of you she is and just the support. So thank you,
Yeah.
Auntie Blank. I'll let O say the name. Okay.
Well, our beautiful sister of the week is someone who is very special to me and my family. And you guys forgive me if I cry because I really do love her. Our sister of the week we don't have a drum roll, but
Because we're not in the studio. That's okay.
Carol Benford.
Yay!
Carol Benford Benford.
Oh, I hear it.
Yeah, we hear it. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Charlie.
I love it.
Carol Benford is my mom's eldest sister, and I chose my aunt for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons why, sis, as you said, is since I told her, I said, Aunt Carol, I'm going to be co-hosting a podcast. It's on Facebook, and this is for a person that is not tech savvy, right? So I was like, it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be a podcast. I'd really love it if you can watch. She immediately asked me how did I log in on her phone and sets a reminder so she can watch it. The other reason why I picked my aunt is because she, about 20 some odd years ago, moved from Chicago and made it her personal business to tend to taking care of my grandmother, who passed away last year. And the way that she cared for my grandmother was my best friend. And she took such beautiful care of her mother, my grandmother, and essentially put her entire life on hold to provide for her, to take care of her, to cook her meals, to take her to the doctors. And she loves her family so much. There's nothing that she wouldn't do for us. She's even taken on the task of helping me with my boys.
Wow.
She loves them. They love her. I think sometimes they like spending more time with her than they like being with me. She's just a beautiful
Wow.
example of what being selfless is and loving your family and doing all you can and giving all you can. So, Aunt Carol, I love you. Our family appreciates you. You are a phenomenal, wonderful, beautiful woman. And I love you
Wow.
so much. Thank you for everything.
That was so beautiful.
I
That was
love her.
so
She's
beautiful.
wonderful.
Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. And I like I said, I do see her support us from the start to now. She's still been
Yeah.
supporting, and I mean every Thursday. So like I love to see the consistency of supporters. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for everybody that support us, but when you have those consistent people that cheer us on, and then that gives me such ease to know that these people are praying for us because they're
Mm-hmm.
supporting us, they're cheering us on, and they're praying for us. And that honestly, that just puts my mind and my soul at ease to know that these people are there. So shout out to all of our supporters, our consistent supporters. We always shout out all of our supporters, but to know that we have genuine, consistent supporters, that's just so
Mm-hmm.
amazing. So amazing. So amazing. So, you guys remember when I told you guys we are, you guys see our background, so we're at home. So, if
Mm-hmm.
them boys begin to talk to you, do not get
Yeah.
upset. Let them talk, and we just gonna have to move on. Okay. If you hear my puppy start barking, listen, guys, understand that it's just some things we just can't control. And listen, it's kids and animals that you just can't control when you at home doing
No.
Zooms and live recordings. You just can't control it. So it's nothing we can do about it. So don't you get upset at them.
Right. You see me
Cause
look
I
at the
seen
corner.
I seen the face. I seen the face, and I'm like, oh, she gonna kill him dead.
Because he's like, Mommy, can I have some? I'm like, don't you see?
Are you
Yeah.
are you serious right now? So what I had to do is I actually had to make everyone go upstairs, even the older one. I was like, I
Oh
heard
my
him in there
gosh.
having a phone conversation, and I'm like, hey, everybody, go.
Right.
Everybody go. No
Hmm.
one can be down here at all. So,
No.
all right. So our topic for today, and we are not going to stay on long. What does the preacher say? We're not going to stay. We're not going to be before you
We're not
long
gonna
at
be
all.
before you long.
We're not going to be before you long. We're going to make this quick, short. We're going to get to the text. Look, we're going to get it
All
done.
right.
All right. So our topic for today. What's our
I
topic?
love you.
It is
Closing the end of the year.
Okay. Listen, guys, I forget to sometimes. Closing out the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, when I think of this topic, closing out the end of the year, you think of, to me, I begin to think of all the things that happened in 2021, and I begin to some a lot of things, you know, I begin to look at and kind of analyze, like, you know, a few things that happened and a few things that were supposed to happen and some things that
Mhm.
to me it's like, was that, should that be a do-over? Like, do I have to, you know, repeat this again in 2022? So the closing
Yeah.
of the year is always kind of bittersweet sometimes for me,
Mhm.
because I have some things that I struggle with that, um you know what, I'm gonna take that back out the atmosphere. I have some things that I that are some challenges that I know God is working through, helping me work
Mhm.
through, and one of those things is being a perfectionist. So in being a perfectionist, when things don't go the way that I planned for them to go, or that um, I kind of desired for it to go, um, I feel some kind of way, and so
Yeah.
uh, the end of the year closing is kind of, like I said, bittersweet in some aspects. What's your take on the closing of the end of the year?
Hmm. This year for me is so different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's funny that you picked this topic because I am constantly picking at myself and trying to fine tune things about me. And I think the biggest thing for me in closing out the end of the year and going into a new year is making sure that remnants of the old Orion are not present in the new year so that I can make space and make time for the new Orion. I want constant growth. And I don't want to carry unnecessary baggage or old lessons from the past into the new year. I want
Mm-hmm.
the present year coming to be a year of newness. And I know we say that all the time, especially when it's a new year, but I'm really striving to make sure that this reemergence of myself that I feel that it's kind of come over me in the past year, this past year, I want to see how far she can go in 2022. So I'm excited about what's going to happen. I'm excited about growing and
Mm-hmm.
healing even more and learning more about myself.
So I was actually listening to a prophet. He was actually doing he was ministering online, and
Mhm.
I don't. I'm not gonna say his name because I didn't get permission from the person whose show it was, because I didn't even realize
Mhm.
that I was gonna bring this up. But he spoke about something the other day, and what he spoke on is, he said, "What, we don't live in the right now. We're so quick to get out of the year that we're in, because in
Mhm.
what we think, what we sometimes seem to think is that we sometimes seem to think that a season ending means an actual season ending, but in God's timing, that's not what it is. A season can stretch for
Absolutely.
however God wants it to stretch. So
Mhm.
he you know, he began to speak on how a lot of times we miss what's right now because we're so
Mhm.
focused on the present and trying to get to the then, that we miss what's right now for us and what we could be actually continuing to do for the right now. So we still have the, you know, all this the month of December to continue to work towards finishing the assignments that God has given us, and not only finishing the assignments that God has given us, allowing God to open doors that he has still to open in this year.
Yeah.
But what we do is we kind of like, we move so fast ahead of God that we're
Mhm.
like, you know, we're like already planning 2022 when we should be really focused on the now. So that, honestly, that definitely stuck with me, and the last couple of days it's just been replaying in my head, because there's some things that God promised me in
Mhm.
2021. There's some things that I've been working towards in 2021. And I have to be honest, with the closing of the year coming, I started to get discouraged.
Mm.
because it's coming. The closing of the year is coming. So I started to get discouraged, and in me getting discouraged, it was one of those things like, is it something that I did? Is it something that I missed? Is and it was, I was just putting all of this stress and this blame on something that may have not even happened yet, because it
Mhm.
could be I'm still doing it and I'm still in that season. So I'm actually, that honestly helped me, because there's a place that I'm in right now where it doesn't have to. And he said something else. He said, oh, I think I just said it though. He said, just because the new year start does not mean that the season that you were in, or the things that God said he had promised for you, that doesn't mean you missed it. That doesn't
Right.
mean he's done, because that's his season. It's his time. And so I'm excited about the closing of the year, because I'm celebrating what's now. And
Mhm.
he honestly gave me a faith shot within the last 24 hours, because some things that, some unexpected things happen that I didn't know was gonna, like, unexpected. I didn't know that they were gonna happen. And it gave
Yeah.
me a faith shot. It's what I needed to light the fire, to reignite the fire of creativity, of innovation, and things that I needed to continue with what God told me that I'm supposed to continue doing, that I'm supposed to be doing in 2021, or in my season, that he said, I promised it to you in this season. It's still gonna happen. Okay, well, here, let me give you a faith shot, because somewhere you got discouraged, and somewhere you lost faith and things like that. So I'm just excited about what God is doing for me now. And even with the
Mhm.
closing of this year of 2021, with everything that happened in 2021, and I mean, some things happened, some hard hits. Um, woo, some
Yeah.
things that I honestly didn't know if I even had strength for. It's
Absolutely.
amazing how your faith is challenged, and how
Mhm.
even your strength is challenged. That amazes me, the type of challenges that people go through.
Yeah.
And as hard as this challenge was, some people went through worse.
Mhm.
Some people went through worse.
Mhm.
So I'm grateful, you know to close out this year, but I'm also grateful to see to see him manifest what he's promised in this season, in
Yeah.
this right now. I'm grateful for that much.
I agree. I think like you, there have been a couple things I'm like, God, we talked about this, and there's some things that I wanted and I don't see them yet. And I always start my day with devotion in the car.
Hmm.
It always
Hmm.
happens in the car because it's quiet. Nobody's asking me, Mommy this, Mommy
I
that.
call that the sanctuary.
Yeah, listen, it might as
It's
well
my
be, honey.
personal
All
sanctuary.
I need a baptismal pool in that in that car to top it off to make it real. But I'm in the
Hmm.
car, and I was talking to God about it. I was like, God, I wanted this. I want, not wanted, but I want this. I want that. And what about this? And God told me loudly, who told you that it wasn't going to happen?
Ooh, ooh,
You know what I
right.
mean? So it's that kind of like gut check, like, listen. And what I have learned in this season is that it is not up to me when I say, like, hey, now is the time for this. Who am I to predict what time
Right.
God is going to deliver something to me? My job is to be prepared when the door opens so that I can walk through
Come
it.
on. That's right.
So I am preparing myself in this season because I feel in my spirit that things that I've been praying for and believing in God for and have been long suffering for, you know what I mean?
That
I
part.
believe that God is going, listen, this sidebar, you want to know when God will bless you is when you learn how to be appreciative and thankful for the right now and for the little that you have. And you've got to learn how to be long suffering.
That part. You got to. You
Okay.
have to.
You
You
gotta
have
learn.
to.
I have had some doozies happen to me, but anytime something is hard hitting, and there have been a couple hard hitting things, I have learned to just say, God, if you brought me to this patch in the road that is difficult, I know that you're going to continue to lead me around it. So I think a great deal of us moving, like you said, into our next season is learning how to prepare for the right now, because who's to say that you're always going to be winning? You're not. There are going to be moments when you're in the valley, you're not up on the mountain. So you have to learn how to fight hard in the valley so that when you get to the mountaintop, you'll appreciate it more. So I'm
That's
preparing
right.
myself to get to that mountaintop, and I'm excited for it. I'm like, okay, I'm fighting real hard down here in the trenches, but I know once I get to the top or whatever that next plateau is, I know that the work I've done here at grassroots levels is going to be worth it later. So
That's
she's
right.
ready.
And listen, it's when he starts to fortify us, and
Mm,
when like you said, it starts to, that's when he starts to show us, when he begins to fortify us, and then we show him, in him fortifying us, that we can stand through that heat, because
yeah.
that heat that heat, that fire, not for the weak. Okay, and if you can stand
That
through that,
fire turned all the way up.
and it's not for the weak. Okay, it's
Mm-mm,
not.
mm-mm.
It's simple. And I know, typically we don't go this far into spiritual talk, because we try to
Yeah.
balance it out. But the closing of the year is, I think it's necessary. And honestly, when that man of God began to preach that word and just teach on that, it was definitely eye opening. So I appreciate God fortifying me through the most challenging times of this season, because like you said, who's to know that, I don't know what the next challenge is. I know that there will be one, because the every time you elevate, it's
Yeah.
there's a challenge in that elevation. So, to
Mm-hmm.
get to that next part of the elevation. So I'm just excited for the next part of God's God fortifying me, because I know that when he is fortifying me, when he is, is creating that, like that concrete around me, I know that when he's doing that, I'm gonna go through some things, but I know that when
Mm-hmm.
he's doing that, what's there when I can break out of that,
Yeah.
and what's to come, and the things that, like I said, that he promised us. So I'm excited for the promises that he's already, given, because I was talking to some the I was talking to someone, telling them that, I said, I'm gonna be transparent. I said, the sponsorships, that's really a really challenging area when it comes to having this show. And you ask people, and you kind of be open and tell people, hey, we need sponsorships to keep the show moving. And then it's like, what is it, what's the problem,
Mm-hmm.
and then you begin to question, is it something, did I miss something, am I doing it wrong, things like that. And it's simple. It's sometimes just as simple as, no, you just need the right person. You just need the right people to come in place to, show you what to do. You need the right people
Yeah.
to believe in you. You need the right, but that doesn't mean give up. That doesn't mean stop the show.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean any of that, because honestly, our assignment is to just go forth. Our assignment
Mm-hmm.
is to be live, be on this show, and open up on this platform, and build this platform, and create create that bond with different sisters, and be transparent, and be open, and be receiving, and all of those things, that sisterhood, be loyal, be there, be encouraging, and things like that. That's our assignment. So no matter if we have sponsorship or anything like that, no matter what it looks like, no matter even in the toughest months, when it's like, am I going to be able to pay the studio fees? And I'm just honestly being open and transparent with you guys. When
Yeah.
it's like questioning, like, okay, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to do that? God still say go forth. There's still where our network owner is like, nope, you still gonna go forth and get it done when you can get it done, because I believe God said that this is for you guys. And I hope that's not getting Charlie in trouble, but I'm just being honest, because I just
Yeah.
sometimes always have to be grateful,
Hmm.
for the now. And I
Yeah.
got to be grateful for the assignment. And I have to believe that if God told us to do it, he
Hmm.
going to provide. And that's
Absolutely.
honestly, and that's honestly where I at first I kind of was like in a discouraging place. And then it
Hmm.
was like a light bulb was like, no. And God was like, listen, no, I told you to do it. No matter what,
Yeah.
I told you to do it. So we've been on air since January 14th, and here we are. This is the month of December that we're pre-recording for the month of December, which means we're about to go into January and be within a year anniversary. And God,
Hmm.
he let us make it the whole year, and
Yeah.
we are building a platform. We've had celebrity guests on. We've had people that have blessed our show, our platform. We've had people that have encouraged us and uplifted us, and built us up and kept us just moving. And so even with the sisterhood that we created with ourselves, with amongst ourselves,
Hmm.
I always tell everybody, always know, me and go, we've been knowing each other since we've been 13, 14 years old. Me and
Yeah.
Nee, we've been knowing each other since we've been 14 years old. But it's now we're seeing each other once a week.
Hmm.
So the things that we're creating, the relationships that we're creating with Charlie and his family, that network is just amazing. Then the relationships that we're creating with the other hosts, and so
Yeah.
I'm just like, the closing, I have to look overall at, like, okay, this year, honestly, it's been some doozies, but this year has really been a blessing.
Hmm.
Been a blessing. Truly have been a blessing.
Yes, and it makes you appreciate, like you said, the right now, because you'll never be able to go back to this place. So it's
Never.
like celebrate it, rejoice in it. Even with the uncomfortable times, there is still something good about these moments. You know what I mean? These are the
Hmm.
moments that make you. And
That's
you will
right.
look back and be like, this is where I was, that season is where I was molded. I was molded, I
Come
was
on.
put in the fire, and God perfectly sculpted me for the next step. So it's uncomfortable, even for our viewers. I get it. You know what I mean? It's uncomfortable. It's hard. Probably cried yourself to sleep, woke up crying, went to bed crying. I mean, there are days we're human and life is real, but the plan, the overall plan that God has in the end makes this time worth it.
I totally agree. So, what I would have to leave with our viewers is that although this is the closing out of the year, we are in the month of December, and
Mm-hmm.
we're closing out 2021. I would have to take from the man of God's teaching from the other day and say, just because you're closing out the year does not mean it's the closing of the season that you're in. So continue to allow
Mm-hmm.
God to birth out what's in your now, and
Mm-hmm.
allow him to tell you when your season is up, because just because we are coming to the closing of the year does not mean that that's all said and done, does not mean that he will not fulfill the promise, does not mean that, does not it doesn't mean that he won't open the doors that he said he would open. It doesn't mean that he won't bless you with the things that he told you he will bless you with. And you just have to
Mm-hmm.
celebrate the season that you're in and the right now that you're in, and don't move ahead of God. Because again, just because we're ending the year December 31st does not mean that's the end of your season.
That's right.
So, you got anything left? Oh, we did
I would
good,
just
girl.
encourage, we did very
73.
good. Okay. I would just encourage you all to finish strong. If I could say anything, I don't know why I heard that. And I will attribute it to the Lord dropping that in my spirit. Finish strong. Whatever the
Strong.
task is, whatever the assignment is, finish strong. Don't go into the new year feeling defeated. Keep
Come
going.
on.
Don't stop the
Yes.
dream, don't stop the hustle, don't stop the business. If you haven't started the business, start it and finish strong.
That's right. So, guys, we have a couple announcements. So we are going to, what are we gonna do? It's December, so okay. So no, we're not
Our
doing. We can't make that announcement because we should be done
Not
with that by the
yet.
time this pre-recording come out. Okay.
Hmm.
Announcements. Okay, so sponsorship announcements. So if you guys want to become a sponsor on My Sister Circle, the information is always posted on the page. You can also be a sponsor. You can just donate, and you don't have to be a sponsor. You don't have to have a business. You can just donate to the movement of My Sister Circle because we are a movement. We are doing some different things in 2022. I am excited about the things that are going to take place in 2022. I cannot release them yet because I cannot move ahead of God, but I am excited, and you guys are going to be excited too. So sponsorship is available if you want to sponsor or promote your business on our show. You can do that promotion with a commercial. You can do that with a promo video. If you do not have a commercial and you have a business or a promo video, and you do have a business, you can reach out to me and I will get you over to the right people to get that created for you. And you can start advertising on our show. We have some incredible advertising packages that is affordable to all, Okay, we have also we have where you can just again donate to our cause, our Sister Circle platform, and that information definitely will be posted on the page. We are also doing a coat drive for women. I have not posted the flyer yet. Well, actually, the flyer is gonna be posted by the
Hmm.
time this video comes out. Promise you it will.
Yeah.
This cracks me up. The pre-recording thing cracks me up. We're gonna have to get on our A game for the pre-recording, and we're gonna have to like talk in the pre-recording times,
Uh-huh.
But
Yep.
so we are gonna do a coat drive for women. By the time we do a coat drive for, we're gonna actually we decided on doing a coat drive for women because I think, like I said before, it's always, we love doing everything for the kids, but we kind of forget,
Always.
we do. So
Yeah.
that is like it's gonna be one of those. We're gonna be real passionate about collecting these coats for women because listen, women like to look fly. Kids, you can
Yeah.
put them on a character coat. You can put them on, really, you don't got to put too much. You don't got to put too much into a kid's coat. But when it
Mm-mm.
comes to a woman's coat, when we like to look good, okay? We like
Yep.
to look real good. We like to make a statement with our pieces and things like that. So listen, when you guys donate these coats, when we do this coat drive and you guys are donating gentle you worn coats, new coats, we want them to be really, really nice. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you wore it or if you'll wear it, that's what I want you to present to them. If you
Yeah.
pick it up off the dumpster, off the floor of the thrift store, and then try to bring it to us and be like, this thing is ugly, leave it there. Don't donate
Yeah.
that. It's just
Don't bring
I don't I
anything
want
you wouldn't put on your own body.
don't do it, please don't. But
Yeah.
we are going to we do want you guys to make sure that these pieces make a statement, because I think it's very important that we help women to build self-esteem, build
Mm-hmm.
confidence. A lot of women lack confidence, and not because they don't think it's not always that you don't think you're beautiful or things like that. You just lose identity. You lose your
Mm-hmm.
identity, so you begin to lack confidence. And so we are trying to build up the everyday woman's confidence, and I think that that's very
Mm-hmm.
important for us to do. And like our beautiful sister Linda says, effective sisterhood. And, that's what we have to
Absolutely.
make sure that we continue to practice, and that's effective sisterhood. So,
Hmm.
anything else? Anything else?
That's
Got anything
all.
else?
No, ma'am.
Charlie, I know you hear us. You can't talk back to us, but we love you, and we hope that why this show is playing in December, that you are enjoying your lovely vacation with your family. Your self-care is important to all of us here at the network, and so we hope that you are definitely resting and building and getting some bond time with your children. And I'm excited for you and your family as well,
Thank
and
you,
what God
angels.
is doing for you. Oh, you can hear us. Oh, we can hear you.
Yay!
I decided to jump
And
in
what?
just like Charlie
Okay,
does. So
awesome.
imagine this: it's December, it's cold, it's snowy outside, and I'm laying in the
Mhm.
parlor of my
On the
house
beach?
doing nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I like
That's
it.
awesome too, though. I thought he was about to say a beach, but that's awesome too.
Right.
Doing nothing.
No beach this year, but maybe one of these years I will take everybody on a cruise, all expenses paid.
You better come
Oh,
through.
okay.
I'm okay. You better
Charlie.
come on
Everybody
through.
in the studio got excited. I know my secret.
You better
Yeah,
come
I
on
got my
through.
flip flops
So,
ready. Let's go.
no, but I'm really happy that you guys chose to take this month off, and so you guys definitely rest up, and we will see you guys back the new year. So yeah, just rest up. And when is your baby due, Charlie?
Oh, me. I'm sorry. My
That's okay.
baby. My baby
Your
is
beautiful, your baby girl.
yeah, my baby girl. My baby girl is due January 16th.
Oh my
So you'll be off
gosh.
again. You're gonna come back to be off again. I love it.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's what my
Yes,
wife
Dad.
thinks is going to happen, but I think we may be getting a housekeeper in for a few days so I can get back
I
to
know
my
that's
sister
right.
circle.
That works too. That works too.
Yeah.
Listen, that works too. I'm sure she'll be happy about that. So we love you
Mhm.
guys over at the One TV Network, and we are excited for you guys. And if there is nothing else, guys, remember there's no competition in sisterhood. And always, always remember to fix your sister's crown. See you guys.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.
So you think you in love with me, but I'm not the girl of your dreams. Cause I've been rocking and dodging the beat of love. Baby, I'm not the one for you. I'm not letting you on cause you know my truth. But I know just what to do for you. Cause when that Jones come